1 year after moving to Miami, I realized I'm not sure 100,000 is enough to live here. So after months of compiling data, I put together a list of my weekly expenses, and let me tell you, at the end of making this video, I was blown away at how I was spending my money. One thing that makes living here worth it though is of course the breathtaking views of Brickell, but also the fact that I live right in front of the legend, Steve will do it. Brickell is where the majority of YouTubers and professionals want to live. The reasons for it are pretty obvious, as you'll soon discover in this video. I should also mention that Brickell is one of the most expensive areas in Miami. How expensive? Well, here's how much I spend per week. So I broke my spending down into 14 categories, starting with my lowest expense, haircuts. For my haircuts, I pay about $23 including the tip, which actually is pretty cheap for the area that I live in. I did the calculations in an average of 5 months. I spent about 34 bucks per month, and that comes out to be about $9 per week. The next one is health insurance. Unfortunately, this is not free in the United States, so I do have health insurance, which is pretty awesome, and I pay about 40 bucks through my job, which comes out to be about $10 per week. Next one is the utilities, FPL to be exact. This is for the electricity here. In average, I spend about $55 per month in electricity, and if you divide that by 4, that comes out to be about 14 bucks, which in my opinion is extremely cheap if I compare the bills I used to pay back when I was in the Northeast. Rolling in on the next spot is subscriptions. For subscriptions, I pay $10 a month for Apple Music, $11 a month for Adobe Photoshop, which I use to come up with the thumbnails for my videos. We have Audible, which I pay 15 bucks a month, and Apple Care for insurance for my iPhone. I also pay $15 a month for Epidemic Sounds, which is a website that I use for my YouTube videos. Combined all of this, you have $64 per month divided by 4, and you get $16 per week. This next category is pet care. In this category, I added dog daycare for my Shiva dog, also food for him. So it comes out about $85 per month. And if you divide that by 4, you get $21 per week to take care of this Shiva. So for my phone, I pay $73 per month with AT&T. It's one of the best plans that they have. And for my internet, I pay $65 per month. All of this equals $138 a month. Divided by 4, you get $35 per week. I do go to an expensive boxing gym here in Miami. To be fair, most gyms here in Miami are very expensive. This one is $150 per month, which equates to $38 per week. But this is something you don't necessarily have to do. I do have a gym downstairs in my building, but I do this because, like I said, I'm a big fan of boxing and MMA. Next one here, very vague, but coming in at number 8 is miscellaneous. It just happens to be that every month I have a few miscellaneous things going on. I spend $226 per month in average. And if you divide that by 4, that comes out to be about $57 a month for miscellaneous stuff. This next category is transportation. For me, this would mean Uber mainly because I don't have a car at the moment. I did order one, so I'm still waiting for it. It's a beautiful Corvette C8, so I'm still using Uber. So I do spend about $292 a month in average, which if you do the math, comes out to be about $73 per week. I would say that's pretty good for someone that doesn't have a car. And where I live, I don't really need to go far. I have everything downstairs. I'm assuming if you live in a different area, you're gonna spend a lot more money in Ubers. Maybe you can take the train. I do actually take the train sometimes and it's free. I do save some money on that. This next category is entertainment. In here, I included anything that has to do with fun. It could be the movie theaters. It could be just so many different things that I could do. And for some reason, I spend about $304 a month in entertainment. If you divide that by 4, you get $76 per week for entertainment or fun. Number 11, food. I do spend a lot of money on groceries, but it's for a good reason. I like to eat healthy. I do have a Publix like right behind my building and I love Publix. So for food, groceries in specific, I do spend about $446 a month. If you divide that by 4, you get $111 per week. Now I think that's a good number, but I also spend a lot of money eating out in restaurants, so it doesn't really make sense. Coming in at number 12. This is a very interesting one. So this category is called shopping, right? In here, I included all of my Amazon purchases, Let's say I went out to get a shirt, suit, clothes, anything at the mall. I do have a mall right in front of me. Or anything that has to do with shopping online or in person is in this category. I spend an average of $503 every month shopping for stuff. Yeah, that's quite a lot, but that's my average for now. We're working on that. This comes out to be $126 per week in shopping, online and in person. Coming in at number 13, unfortunately, it's restaurants. I do spend a lot of money on restaurants. You have to understand, I live right in the middle of Brickell, so you can already imagine all of the restaurants are here. I just walk outside and my favorite restaurants are right there. For now, on average, I'm spending $701 per month, and if you divide that, it's $175 per week going out to restaurants. I know, I don't know where all that food's going. In this category, it's broken down into two different things. Number one is my actual rent. I pay $2,900 for a one-bedroom apartment. This number also includes renter's insurance, which is a must. I have to have renter's insurance in order to live in this building, and I pay about $24 per month for renter's insurance. When you add that up, you get $2,924 per month in rent. And if you divide that by 4, you get $731 per week for rent. If we add all of these numbers up, we get $1,491 per week in expenses. So here's a graph that represents what percentage each of these 7 general categories represent. We're gonna start with home and pet, and this one is 51.4%. Food is 19.2%, entertainment 13.5%, transportation 4.9%, miscellaneous 3.8%, personal care 3.7%, essentials 3.4%. As you could see, most of my money is going to rent, and a big portion of it goes to food and entertainment, surprisingly. So here's a fun fact. Meet the most expensive muffin I was able to find in Miami. And as a fun exercise, I will send $50 to the first person to guess us the price. Comment your guess down in the comments below and subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram to qualify. Now after making this video, I was able to see a few areas where I can possibly improve my spending this year. But to be honest with you, I'm more focused on making money this year than saving money. Because most of the money I spend per week is actually having fun with my friends and eating. And that makes me pretty happy. So I don't feel really guilty about spending that much money. If you're interested in coming to Miami and you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me a DM on Instagram. My profile is actually public. I will gladly answer all of your questions to the best of my knowledge. Also stay tuned because I'm gonna be breaking down how much money you need to move to Miami for 3 different categories of lifestyle, all the way from lowest to highest. And this marks the end of the video. Subscribe if you're thinking about moving to Miami soon and would like to see more Miami related content.